Today we're going to make chapchae, Korean chapchae, and this recipe is based on Manji's quick chapchae recipe, which I find is pretty easy to do, so that's why it's one of my favorites. But anyways, you're going to need a mixture of vegetables and some meat. And one of the vegetables that I think you always need to put in there is some mushrooms, some green onions, regular onion, carrot, and I also like to use wood ears. And these wood ears have been soaked. These were originally dried, but they've been soaked for about 2 hours in just regular room temperature water, and also some spinach. And the spinach that I like to use is, you can get this at Costco. A whole bag of spinach, which is pre-washed, ready to eat. So you don't even have to wash it, because usually spinach is pretty sandy. And another thing that you'll need and get ready before you start all this is chapchae noodles, which are made from sweet potato. What you need to do with the noodles, though, is you got to remember to soak it for at least an hour and a half before you can start cooking. So my noodles have been soaking over there for about an hour and a half. But anyways, to get back to the mushrooms, mushrooms can be kind of dirty. So what I like to do, so I don't make my mushrooms too wet, is I'll take a wet paper towel and I'll wipe anything dirty off of it. You don't need the stem, so just take the stem off, and you can throw it, but these can be thrown out. So I like to chop my mushrooms into about a 1/4 inch thick. And these mushrooms are baby portobello. You can get just regular white button mushrooms, and I got these from Costco, one of our favorite shopping places. You probably need about 1 medium-sized onion. So this is actually for what I'm thinking is kind of large. So let me chop up half and see how much that looks like, and then we'll see if I need to chop any more. And I'm going to just slice it into slices. I don't need to mince it. Okay, actually, this looks like a pretty good size of onion. So I'd say half of an onion that was about this size. And then we have our carrot. So I am going to go ahead and slice up the carrot, peel the carrot first. And this was a pretty thick carrot, so I'd say half of a, I think it was this long, but I'm only using half. And because this is Manji's quick cooking method, it all cooks at the same time in a pot. So when you slice up these carrots, you can make it a little bit thicker. Otherwise, they will get too soft. So I'm making fairly thick strips, about like this size. Okay, and the next item that we have are these wood ears. They are going to be cut up into kind of like bite-sized pieces. And to this amount that I have, it was really dried. About 1 handful will give you about this amount. Okay, and then I'm going to cut up the green onions. It's about the size. And if they're kind of thick, I like to slice it in half. Okay, and I mentioned that I have spinach. Spinach, I'd say you want to get like maybe 3 handfuls of spinach. And the next thing that we're going to do is mix up our seasoning sauce. So the sauce that we're going to need is going to be 5 cloves of garlic, which I lost in my scraps. 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, depending on how big your cloves are. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 cloves because my garlic cloves are actually pretty big. And you want these to be minced. Garlic, after you take off the skin, give it a good smash, and then you can start mincing them. So this is going to be added to my seasoning sauce. So the seasoning sauce is going to be made of 1/4 cup of soy sauce, just regular soy sauce. And 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can use whichever brown sugar you have. I only have dark brown now, but you can use light brown if you want. That's 1, 2, 3, okay. And then let's put in our garlic. So let me give this a mix first. Okay, and then we'll put in our garlic. Okay, give this a mix. So we got that ready. And then the next thing that we're going to do is fry up our meat, because everything goes really fast after you start the whole process. So I'm going to go ahead and fry this meat up, but let me wash my hands again. Here are my chapchae noodles. And what I need to do is, they are actually pretty long. So I've soaked them for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them. Okay, so just so that they're going to be easier to eat when we cook them. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fry up the meat. I'm going to add a little oil into my pot first. And just any neutral oil. I'm using avocado oil. Now this meat that I have is actually pre-seasoned. You know, you can go to a Korean store and buy the bulgogi all ready-made for you. So this is what it is. You save a step that way. So the meat is all cooked. I'm going to go ahead, turn off the flame, and just leave it in this pan until we need it. So I have my seasoning sauce ready. I have all my veggies ready. I think we can go ahead and start cooking. So what you want is, you're going to need probably a deep pot. About any deep pot will do. I'm going to use this one first. So what I need to mix up in the bottom of the pot is going to be 1/4 cup. This is a 1/4 cup of water and a 1/4 cup of oil. And what you're going to do is put all your veggies in here except the green onions and give it a mix, and the spinach. So you're going to coat all the veggies with the oil and water mixture, and then our noodles. Whoops. Okay, you don't turn on the fire until you're ready, until you have all your ingredients in, because it has to be specifically timed on, you're cooking on medium heat for 10 minutes. Then you put on your seasoning sauce that you made, the soy sauce, the minced garlic, and the brown sugar. So I just spoon it over in sections. Okay, so after that goes on, you're going to take a cover, you're going to cover it, turn on your flame to about medium to medium high. And you set a timer for 10 minutes. And then that's it. Well, I shouldn't say, okay, that's not it exactly, but then you'll mix the meat together and some sesame seed oil and some green onions. Okay, 10 minutes are up, so let's turn off the flame and see what it looks like. Okay. So when it's done, I'm going to give it a mix. And it should finish cooking the rest of the stuff, the noodles, as I'm mixing it up. We need to put in some last minute finishing seasonings. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of sesame seed oil. Some pepper. Black pepper. And our green onions that we had chopped before. And the meat that we had cooked up before. Let's go ahead and give this a mix. It's very good. I think it needs a little more salt. Very good. Perfect. Healthy with all the vegetables, colorful. One dish, everything in one pot. Meat, noodles, and veggies. Okay. Looks very nice. You could easily bring this for a potluck dish. I think everyone will like it. So let's try it again. So tasty. And the meat that I bought pre-made, the bulgogi, is perfect for this dish because it's got a Korean taste and it just ties everything together. And so easy.